Hey, it's Thursday night. We're back here, high school football. I've been waiting all year. So have you. Thank you for joining us for Bobcat Beyond the Field. We're here at Circuit World in East LJ. We want to thank Circuit World for sponsoring the show this year and providing this set for us to come to you every Thursday night again with Bobcat Beyond the Field. We want to thank Shane's Rib Shack for providing the meal for our players and our coach tonight. We also want to thank Pepsi for providing drinks. So again, we're back here this year. We're going to be here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, live, 7 to 7:30. And as soon as we're done, we're going to upload the show so you can watch it if you weren't able to catch it live. I'm here with Coach Thom. Did I get it right? Thom? I apologize. Coach, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I only walked around and practiced it 10 times. Coach Thom, defensive coordinator. I'm going to think about it a minute. Thaddeus Bowers, right? Thaddeus, senior this year. Nobel Zushlag. Did I get it?
Yes, sir.
All right, I practiced it last year a lot, so I'm glad to have you guys. Coach, first of all, we know these guys. A lot of the people don't know you that might be watching at home. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what brought you to Gilmer County, how you're enjoying it, where you're from. You can even throw in Florida. Go ahead, put it in there.
No, grew up in Florida. Started off coaching at Faulkner University over in Montgomery, Alabama. Went from there, went to Southeast Whitfield for 1 year. Was a defense coordinator there. Spent 2 years at Kennesaw Mountain High School as a defense coordinator. Last year I was a head coach at McCormick High School over in South Carolina. And then kind of get closer to family, have a newborn son, got him closer to my wife's parents in Atlanta. And so we really enjoy the area, love the school, love the kids, and it's really been a joy.
Well, Coach, we're glad to have you here in Gilmer County. How long have you been defensive coordinator, and is that what you've always worked at?
Yes, so when I was at Faulkner, I was actually a defensive GA. Defense has kind of always been my thing. I played middle linebacker, and then actually when I was the head coach at McCormick last year, I stepped over to the offense side and kind of ran the offense, but defense has always been my passion, always been my love, and so going on 4 years now.
Coming to Gilmer, we'll get with you guys in just a minute. I got this guy over here. Noble led the team last year in tackles and comes back as a senior. Talk a little bit about Gilmer's defense, what you have this year, what you've been working on, what you're seeing. Now, before we go any further, to my knowledge, this is the first year that Gilmer's brought out enough players that you're actually playing one side of the ball, the majority of the kids. How's that working?
It is. It's working well. The kids have really, I think, been able to, over the course of spring, we got a little late start because of hires and whatnot, but all through the summer, being able to pick up the defensive scheme, the offensive schemes. We do have a couple guys who are going both ways in certain situations, one of them being Thaddeus. But I think from a defensive standpoint, we're very strong in the box. Our D-line, our front seven, are very strong. We're young in the secondary right now, but they are picking things up, and things are getting better day by day, and hopefully as we continue on through the season, it's only going to get that much better.
Thaddeus, let me turn to you. You had 2 touchdowns. Let me see here. I've got you over here. You had 8 catches for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns out of the 4 the other night. Playing Fannin, you guys won 29-26, but at the end of the game, Coach had you guys down there, and his words were, the win was a little ugly. Talk about how you guys came back out in that second half, because the first half, I don't know what was going on. How did you guys come back out, get it together, and put the points on the board?
Well, one of the things that I think was most effective was our conditioning. Throughout the whole practice, we just conditioned the whole time, and practice is pretty hard, so we don't need to condition at the end. And I just think that most of the Fannin players were pretty winded toward the end, and then our stamina kicked in, and we just turned it on.
I thought that was something that I seen myself, Coach. And did you see a difference in the conditioning this year? Is that what you think was very strong? Because the third quarter was the first quarter you finally blanked them and kept them off the board.
Yes, sir, absolutely. It's been a huge difference in how in shape we've been. Even with going both ways last year, we still weren't in as good a shape as we are now, just going one way. So it's really affected our gameplay and helped us.
I thought myself at that third quarter when you guys came back out, I thought I started watching Fannin, and I guess a good choice of words, a little winded, and I thought I started to really see the conditioning play into it. Now, how much of the game did you have to play both sides of the ball?
Big chunk of the game, probably the majority of the game I played both ways.
And how many players you got playing both ways? Just you right now, or?
I think I'm the only one right now.
You're the only one playing two ways. Coach, explain a little bit to the people at home. The way you have it set up, not everybody understands the sideline. Mm-hmm. So the way the defense is over here and the offense is over here and how they have to switch up when the ball crosses the 50, how you got that separated and what kind of discipline is that you're working on?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing, I know it's new for them, but everyone's kind of separate. What Coach Grage is really big on is, from a defensive standpoint, we should not know what the offense is doing until Saturday morning. Whenever we're breaking down film, that's when we can go back. I know there was plenty of runs that Russell had where you may hear it from the stands. You don't know if it's Thaddeus catching the ball, if it's Russell making a long run. But at the same time, we're just trying to constantly coach our kids. So when they come off the sidelines from a defense, we've got our chairs set up. We're very blessed and fortunate this year to have that sideline replay system. So we've got the iPads working, trying to make as many adjustments as we can, getting on the grease board. But, the kids will flip with the offense. So as the offense hits midfield and they're driving down to score, the offense knows that they Riverside. They stay out of our sacred zone in between the 45s because that's kind of where we get our special teams units together. And the kids have done a great job with it. We joke with the defense. It's hard for those kids when they hear the crowd roar to not jump up and see what the play is. But we're just every minute trying to coach them up so that you never know at what point in the game it may come into play where we hit something or we made an adjustment that made a difference. So
I thought I seen you say to one of the players the other night, "Are you on offense?"
Yeah.
Are you on offense? Let me see this real quick. Noble, you had 8 solos and 3 assists for 11 tackles the other night, but Fannin did come out. So tell us a little on the defensive side of the ball. They moved the ball and they came out. What adjustments, what did you guys see on the field that you have to do different this week?
The big thing is not come out so in our way of, I'd say, overconfidence. I think we really underestimated our opponent because last year and the year before we didn't really have to play as hard as we thought we did. And that was the big thing last week was we thought we could just come in there and roll them over really on defense and roll them over on offense and everything else, but we really ended up getting in a dogfight there. So the big thing this week is, every game we play, we're going to have to fight for the win, no matter who it is or whoever, how big, how small, how good they are, whatever. So.
Well, sometimes if you look at a team, that's the opener of the season, but sometimes if you look at a team and you think to yourself, and you look at what they won by last week or lost by, that could get in your head. And you got to play every quarter regardless of what they did last week when you meet a team. And maybe just a little overconfident last week. And but you know what? The conditioning and you guys realizing that. If you'd have never realized it, you wouldn't have tightened it up in the third quarter. But realizing it. Thaddeus, receiving – again, you had 2 touchdowns. Tell us about both of those touchdowns. I got one on video I haven't put up in the corner. I got a real good one on you in the corner up there.
Yes,
but catching the ball from a different quarterback this year, how's that going working with the quarterback this year?
Tyler stepped up a lot. He's overcame a bunch of people's perspectives of how he is. He's got big shoes to fill. Chris James was great quarterback for us. Did a bunch of good things for us, running the ball and throwing the ball last year, spreading the ball out to a lot of different receivers. And Tyler Bunton has really came in and shocked a bunch of people, I think.
Well, Tyler passed for 161 yards. Tyler Bunton, right?
Yes,
now, is he a junior this year?
Sir.
He's a junior. Passed for 161 yards. Coach, on that defensive side, let me ask you guys. I'm watching because I've been on the sideline for several years with you guys, actually since you guys were freshmen, you guys here. you're coming out and you're immediately getting coached up. I call it coached up. The chairs are set there, and you're immediately, what's the difference in that? Because for me, I'm watching this guy here, Coach. I tell you, I told somebody, you're getting them before they get past the hash mark. You've already got them, and you've got them over in the chair, and you're coaching them up. You're not even looking to see what that offense is doing, are you? Not even looking.
No, I mean, it's hard at times. You get in that situation. The only time is really when punting is in the box. So we've got a lot of guys on defense. I think we have 8 guys who have to kind of leave every third down and get in the box and get ready. So you may catch a play or two, but I think you're always trying to find something. You still have 3 kids left, and there's so much stuff, information that you see either on video or you're getting from the press box that you don't have enough time to coach it up, it almost seems. So you're just continually trying to coach them. I get in trouble sometimes. I'm trying to call Zushlag down when they're out there. Numerous times I got the ref telling me to back up. And
yeah, I see that. I'd say once or twice.
It's just, you're always trying to give them one more thing that may be able to help them come Friday night or maybe on that drive or later on in the game.
Quickly, before we wrap up, Noble, what is that like? How was that for you to be taught now? Don't pay attention to them. Get over here. Get focused on defense. Get focused on what happened in the last set that you got to work on. What's the difference in that for you guys, the players?
Well, it's a huge difference to us compared to last year because we were used to you come off and you stand and you watch. You support. You watch and see what happens with the offense. And now it's you come off and you get in the chairs, but it's so much better because say someone you made a mistake and they score a touchdown on you. You can go back and you can look and you can adjust to it. Or if they're hammering it down and they drive it slowly down the field, you can adjust to it right there instead of waiting all the way to halftime and seeing what's going on. He can draw something up real quick on the board for us and show us what they're doing and everything, especially with that replay system we got now. So it's just a big difference in adjusting as the game's going on instead of a big adjustment just at halftime.
Thaddeus, we only have 30 seconds. What about playing senior year, first game at Huff Mosley, Friday night in front of the home crowd? Are you excited about that?
I'm so far beyond excited. I can't wait to make Pettit Field 1-0.
I like that. You stole that. I was going to say that. Okay, darn, he took that. But I of all the players that will come here this year and take that, it will be Thaddeus. Now, before we go to break, we're going to have a couple more players come in our second break, but I do not want to leave without saying it's the only guy that comes over after he makes a play, takes helmet off. First thing he does is give it a little this, right? That make sure it's okay because that's what's important, right, Thaddeus?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
You're watching Thursday night Bobcat Beyond the Field. We're here at Circuit World. We want to thank them, and we're going to be back right after these brief messages. I'm BKP. We'll have Coach back with us. We'll have Russell Cochran with us and Alix Lopez after these short messages. Take us a break, guys.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
New Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
El Rey and Elijah.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine.
El Rey.
El Rey and Elijah.
Let it Get rides during the Lucky 7 sales event at Lifetime Kia. Come try your luck in the Money Machine. Yes, come take a test drive and you get a chance to grab for cash in the Money Machine. Plus, shop big-time savings on every vehicle in stock. And remember, Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Lifetime Kia will extend that warranty for as long as you own it. Come try your luck in the Money Machine and experience the savings at Lifetime Kia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Only one thing beats a day's price on a new Chevy. It's our pre-owned price. Now at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. Save thousands off original MSRP on the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the North Georgia mountains. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Many with factory warranty. And all thousands below new car prices. We can even help rebuild your credit. Save thousands today at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. The North Georgia mountains big volume, low price leader.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
LJ Tire Company since 1955. With a huge range of tires at the lowest price and fast, hassle-free service, LJ Tire is all you need every time. LJ Tire carries only the top brands in the industry: Cooper, Michelin, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, and Yokohama. Stop in and let AES certified mechanics change your oil today. Life doesn't slow down for car maintenance, and LJ Tire won't either. If your car is tired of its tires, go to LJ Tire.
Hey, and we're back again Thursday night. It's Bobcats Beyond the Field. It's Thursday night here. We're at Circuit World in East LJ. We want to thank Circuit World for sponsoring our show this year and providing this great set for us. Again, we want to thank Shane's Rib Shack for providing the meal for the players and the coach tonight. And we want to thank Pepsi for our drinks. I'm here with Coach Thom. Oh, you gonna hit me?
No,
don't hit me.
Good.
I'm on
You're
camera.
good.
Don't touch me, man. I'm on camera. It's live. I'm here with Coach Thom, defensive coordinator. We had a great time here earlier. Now, before you ask, or if you ask, tonight is the Hall of Fame banquet. Tonight's the Hall of Fame banquet, so Coach Grage had to be there. He'll be with us next week. And don't forget, tomorrow night, we'll talk about that when we end the show, where they'll be recognizing the Hall of Fame inductees at tomorrow night's game. We have now Russell Cochran with us, senior Russell Cochran. He is, and also Alix Lopez, punting, kickoff, and extra points.
Yes, sir.
Right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Russell, good to have you back. We had you on the show about 3 times last year. And rushing, you've kindly picked up where you left off. You had 2 touchdowns the other night against Fannin, and rushed for 206 yards, 34 carries for 206 yards. How was starting out this year? Because now last year was the first year that you were a starter in the backfield and you were getting the ball. Year before that, Tyler Bertinelli was back there and a couple other guys. And last year was the first time. After having that season under your belt, how ready were you for the other night, to knowing you're getting the ball and knowing what you could do with it?
I was pretty ready. I knew what was expecting me because of last year, how I did. So I figured this year I'd be more than expected to go beyond what I did last year.
206 yards the other night against Fannin. Fannin put up a pretty good defense. I would think that. What did you think? You've run against a lot of teams now. What did you think about their defense running against it?
They were a pretty solid team. Safety, Jack Roper and Jared Petty at linebacker, they were pretty good. They were a pretty good duo. They were pretty strong. Linebacker secondary was pretty good. Defensive linemen were pretty good too. They had a pretty sound defense.
How long have you been kicking? How long have you been kicking? And is that just a passion you have? Do you also play soccer?
Yeah, I also play soccer.
That's what I thought.
Last year I did do some kicking for the high school, but I ended up quitting because I wrestle. So I wanted to focus more on that. So I took some time off before the season, but I came back this year because of Coach Grage.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, sir.
And you enjoy. Now, do you want to go to college to wrestle, soccer, football, or just academics?
It's probably going to be soccer.
Soccer?
Yes.
So, Russell, what about you? What are some of the goals as far as college where you're concerned?
First of all, good education is the number one priority, and then being close to home.
Staying close to home? Mm-hmm. Now, the other night, Coach, we've talked about the offense that they have. Davis was able to roll out and throw the ball. Now, Brad Davis, he could move out of the pocket. He could go left or right. You had to keep your eye. He spread the field out on you. Mm-hmm. What are you looking at with Dawson this week? Dawson's coming to town. What does their offense look like? How do they play?
Well, I think their offense is going to be very similar to us, run game-wise, pass game. I'm expecting them to come out and try to hit a lot of quick game on us. I feel like we had a lot of success with negative plays last week. I think we had 10 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. A lot of that was the run game, but I think we'll be able to generate some pressure. So I highly anticipate that the ball is going to come out quick. That's obviously on us to really tackle an open space. That's kind of been the focus this week, is having great angles, getting them down in open space, and getting our kids to understand there's no such thing as a bad tackle. When you're playing these spread teams, get them down. Always live to play another down. We had a couple against Fannin where took a poor angle, ended up going, I think, the first one for 51. One got called back on a penalty.
Right.
So, just really focusing on the quick game. I think it's going to be a lot of quick screens to both the running back and the receivers out there.
Well, at this point, I never want to leave any of the players out. I wish we had time to highlight everyone because everybody works so hard. You had 2 sacks the other night. One belonged to Lucas Bramlett and one belonged to Shane Bowman. Highlight a couple. I know I don't want to leave it out, but highlight a couple of the deep. We were fortunate enough to have Noble with us. Mm-hmm. Highlight a couple of the defensive players and what you got going on with some of them. Highlight those.
Yeah, I think obviously from the D lineman, I think Shane Bowman has been great for us. In a 3-man front, you've got to have a good nose guard, a guy who can really be a 2-gap player, someone to really demand a double team to keep him off our linebackers. Huge sack by Bramlett at the end of the game. It was one of those where it was a very timely sack, obviously, to end it. I think from a secondary standpoint, Chandler Sutton has really come on. I think he ended up having an interception last week, maybe had 5 tackles or so. And then the linebacking core of Zush, Bramlett, and then Cameron Engler has really been a solid foundation of our defense. So it's something we're just continuing to hopefully getting better each and every week. And, as we get into region play, I think things will really get rolling.
Highlight your line a little bit because I know you got respect for your line. You're not going to have 206 yards if you don't have the guys out in front of you. Highlight some of those guys and what's it like to run behind them this year in this game plan.
Well, Sellers, we got Seabolt, Fitzgerald, he's a new one. He moved from Florida during the off season, during the summer. Dustin Brenner, he's really stepped up a lot, playing left tackle. And then you got Dylan Stewart playing right guard. They really stepped up a lot and just cleared holes for me to run through.
What about Dawson? Have you looked at the Dawson film, their defense? Have you looked at their defense?
I've seen some video of them.
Do they resemble anything you've seen last year, or what do they mostly resemble that you are preparing for?
They have a really good middle linebacker, number 34, and they got quick defensive linemen.
Very quick defensive lineman. So, Coach, I said down where were we at? Pebblebrook was at the scrimmage,
Yes,
and after that game, I put, I think in my article or something, I don't think I want Shane Bowman to get his hands on me. I mean, you know, he gets into the chase.
Yes.
I always see him on the film in the game. He gets into the chase, and I say, I don't want that guy to catch me.
No,
you know,
he's always 100 miles an hour, which is a good thing. But for someone who has that much size, I think he's around 320, 323. He really has a big motor on him, and I think from a defensive lineman standpoint, that's what you want. You want guys who are high energy, that are constantly going, you know, very up-tempo guys. And so we're blessed and fortunate to have 3 of them right now who kind of fit that mold.
Now, what is it like with some of the players? Because how many do you have on the sideline? How many you got on the roster?
We have 83 on the roster.
83.
So you're looking at any one time about, 72?
So what is it like having a lot of the kids that have not played or haven't played in several years, because you're fielding the AB, the offense and the defense, and you've got a lot of new players out there. Has that been a struggle putting that together with the new players?
Well, I don't think it has. I think anytime you have new guys, there is a learning curve. But one thing I think Coach Grage has done a great job of, there's no downtime in practice. You're not going to really see kids standing on the sidelines, whether it's, you know, we may have our ones up, one offense, and we'll have our 2 defense with guys rotating in every 3 plays. You look at, you know, Wednesdays are another opportunity for those really young kids to give a look to our one offense. So I think the kids have really dove in. One, they've gotten all that scheme leading up to fall practice. Now it's just really honing their skills. And from a young standpoint, who better to do it against than our one offense, or those young offensive players going against our one defense. So kids are constantly getting reps, which is allowing them to get better week by week.
Russell, same thing on offense that I asked Noble on defense. And a lot of people want to know this when I talk to them, is what is it like coming off the field, and I call it getting coached up, but what is it like coming off the field and you're not to pay attention at defense and you're in there? How is that? What's the biggest difference this year of seeing what's going on and spending that coaching time on the sideline? Explain what that's like this year.
Well, last year, whenever we'd come off of the field, we'd just stand on the sideline, cheer on the defense, and then hope that we'd get the ball back. Well, this year, when we come off the field, we go straight to the seats, and offensive coaches will come over there, coach us up, show us plays on the iPad, see what we need to do correct, and then just go fix it the next time we go out.
Because you're coming over now, and what I seen Friday night is the difference from last year. Like I say, you were on the sideline basically cheering and waiting to get back out there. But what I'm seeing now is they're immediately showing you, you know, what hole you went through, where the guy was that you met in the backfield, and you're immediately able to take that back on the field in the next set of downs, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not ignoring you, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe in jinxes, but I'm real cautious of talking to the kickers. Okay, I really am. So I'm not ignoring you at all. If I ask you certain things about kicking, and then next week something happens, and everybody says, "Well, why'd you ask my kicker all these questions?" So, how are you enjoying the team, and what is your favorite thing, to punt, kickoff, or field goals?
I personally think field goals.
Field goals?
Field goals, yes.
Do you have a long? What's your long, or do you don't want to say? Because I'm nervous with kickers. I'm just telling you. So, practicing on the field. What's your long one?
I can fit them in from the 45.
45?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to need that coming down the stretch, okay? Don't forget it. I'm going to hold you to that. We're going to need a couple more. See, I'm already in trouble, Coach. Don't tell. I'm live, and I'm going to tell you, don't tell Coach Crage I asked that question, because I'm for sure he won't watch it. What's this guy like? Let's talk about him not being here, because he's not here, and we know he won't watch this. Let's finish up. Coach Grage is new. He'll be here next week. But let's talk about, you guys are working for Coach Grage. You're working for him. What's this guy's like? What's his intensity level?
One of the most intense people you're going to know. Fiercest, one of the fiercest competitors. Loves his job, loves his kids. I think everyone, not only players but the coaching staff, have the utmost respect for him, what he's done for the program. I think he's opened our eyes on the staff as what it takes to reach that level that they reached down at Cochran. One thing he's always talking about is depth of staff, and that's something that I think we have to reflect as a coaching staff each and every day, where we can get better to make the kids get better. So just a great coach, great personality, and someone that the kids truly play their tails off for.
What about you? How is it working for this guy? You're playing for him. What's it like playing for Coach?
It's going pretty well. He's more of a high offense, get to the ball, just everything speed as fast as you can, and I think it's working for us right now.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming over, sitting down with us. We got a lot of games. We're going to be here every Thursday night. Coach can bring you guys back anytime. You're more than welcome, and thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, this is BKP here. You're watching Bobcats Beyond the Field, and we're at Circuit World here in East LJ. Want to thank them for sponsoring the show this year and giving us this great set to work with every Thursday night. Also want to thank Shane's Rib Shack for providing the meal for the players and the coach, and also Pepsi for the drinks. We want to tell you now, tomorrow night, 7:30, Huff Mosley Stadium. It'll be the first home game. That's number one. Number two, they'll be inducting the Hall of Fame group this year. The inductees will be there. They will be honoring them. You don't want to miss that for the first home game. And as Thaddeus said earlier, we want to come out there. You want to come out there and cheer on the first home win. That's what we got to take. We want to take away on Pettit Field. They named the field Pettit Field last year. This will be the first game played on it as Pettit Field. We're facing Dawson tomorrow night at 7:30. They're coming off a loss, so anytime a team's coming off a loss, they want to get back in it, so it's going to be a good one. 7:30 tomorrow night, Huff Mosley Stadium. Don't miss it. We're going to upload this in a little bit. You can watch it again. And don't forget, next week on Good Morning from the Office, 7 to 10 live, we are starting a segment at 8:05 called Monday Morning Quarterback, where we talk about the Friday night games. We're out of here. We'll see you next Thursday night on Bobcats Beyond the Field.